Welcome to RSSTI TV 2020. I am Dr. Ruchi Shah, and on behalf of Wokhard RSSTI TV 2020, I welcome you all. I am glad to have with us today a renowned endocrinologist from Central India, Dr. Sharath Pendse sir. Sir is a director of Diabetes Clinic and Research Center, Dhantoli, Nagpur. Sir has a rich clinical experience in managing diabetes patients. Welcome, Dr. Sharath Pendse, to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, sir, based on your recent talk in RSSTI 2020 on an approach of a patient with diabetic foot ulcer, we would like to know from you what is the principle of management of diabetic foot ulcer?
See, our approach for management of diabetic foot ulcer should be, the primary aim should be to prevent the ulceration. So, prevent ulceration in a high risk foot by intense education, regular examination, so that the ulcer doesn't occur. This should be the primary objective. But the next objective is, if at all, in neuropathic foot ulcer occurs, then we should be very aggressive in treating that ulcer, because any breach in the skin can pave way for organisms and can lead to severe infection in foot, which can be devastating. And therefore, closure of the ulcer should be our second aim by proper treatment of flooding and growth factors and other things.
Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, the next question would be how to prevent reoccurrence and reulceration.
This is very important because, by and large, once a patient gets neuropathic ulcer, the recurrence is almost a rule. So it's going to recur after 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. So any patient who has healed ulcer should be followed very strictly, closely every 3 months, so that he can be educated, instructed. If there is some callus, can be removed. Recurrence should be prevented, otherwise it can occur and lead to again devastating conflict. To prevent the recurrence, we have to have lifelong surveillance. Patient should be explained all the foot care instructions, and most important, he should not, as far as possible, avoid standing. Whenever there is opportunity, he should sit down, not stand. Whenever there is, he shouldn't go for typical brisk exercises like jogging, walking, etc., which we advise to every diabetic patient. But patient who has had ulcer, to prevent the recurrence, he should not go for vigorous walking, or he should go for swimming, bicycle driving, or do the floor exercises, and not running and fast walking, which we are. And of course, all foot care instructions have to be re-emphasized at every visit. Patient who had an ulcer in the past should be followed at least once in 3 months at his diabetes center and take education from the paramedical staff and the doctor.
Yes. So, sir, the last question, what will be the line of action to achieve remission and early healing of a diabetic foot ulcer?
Yes. Basically, diabetic foot ulcer, neuropathic ulcer, occurs because there is increased plantar pressure at that site because of deformities and neuropathy. So the first and foremost important thing which many doctors and patients forget is offloading that area of foot so that the ulcer starts healing. Secondly, it should be properly cleaned, dressed, and a swab should be sent for bacteriological study, and appropriate antibiotics can be started. Thirdly, we can use growth factors. Nowadays, we have epidermal growth factors, platelet derived growth factors, which can hasten the healing if the ulcer is not infected. But as I said, one most important step is offloading, and that patients and even some of the doctors forget to impress upon the patient. And such patient with active ulcer should give rest to that foot or that part of the foot, so that the epithelialization or ulcer margins come closer and the ulcer gets completely healed.
So thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views on this very important topic of diabetic foot ulcer and how the patient should be approached. Stay tuned to RSSDI TV 2020 for more recent updates from RSSDI 2020. Thank you very much.
Thank you.